welcome back to our channel. It's Afrisha.
Wagwan, I'm Jav.
And this is our Q&A called Money Talks.
Let's kick it off just like this then.
Question 1. Who taught you about money?
I would say my mom taught me about money. Because like, from a young, she always at work and always I do a hustle. And you know, I always see her with money and I said, that's where you get so much money from. But yeah, I would say she taught me about money. That's like how I got into like saving myself. You know, growing up, I always save money. I always have some money in my pocket.
Would you say
buy some sweet and buy?
Would you say that she inspired you to like create your own money?
But I feel like if you always have like that surplus of money, I would feel like she was the one who made me think like not even like thinking about it, but just doing it. But we just do it without even thinking about it. So, but I think it's just a case I've seen it and growing up around it. What about yourself?
Nobody really teach me about money because basically where I come from, my mom never really had a lot of money growing up. So when she does have it, she don't really know what to do with it apart from pay her bills and buy food and the necessity stuff like what regular people do about money. But she never really knew how to make or create money. She did have jobs and stuff, but it was just like regular 9-to-5 jobs, paid employee jobs. She's never been really like a entrepreneur spirit. She had the idea, but she never really pursued them.
She never act upon it. Yeah,
big procrastinator.
And do it. That's a big part, you know?
It's a big part of it because obviously you sit down and procrastinate about it and then time catch up with you and then you don't have time to do what you want and then, you know, you have children and life gets in the way and then boom, you're sticking in the same cycle. So, you know, betting on the lottery to win every day.
So it's good to know if you have the idea, just do it. Like, plan to fail or you don't.
Yeah, fail to plan, plan to fail.
I hate that. Say it out of my mouth.
But who taught me about money though? I think the older I got, I learned from his mom and I learned from myself because I had to teach myself to save money. I had to teach myself to, you know, put money aside to be able to do the things that I wanted to do. And when I met Jav, his mom was legit going through her bills and like sorting out her finances the day I met her. So it was just kind of like, you know, one, a scary experience because this looked like a serious lady, and then two is just kind of, part of me just kind of want to be more like her or wish I had her upbringing when it comes to finances. So getting to know him more and getting to know her more, I decided that I'm going to take it upon myself to have her mentor me on how I should handle my finances, and it helped me a lot. So in that aspect with who taught me, she was a big part of me understanding how to control my finances and my impulsive spending better.
That's probably why I get the idea of like, you know, the budgeting and the investing. That's where it all come from, really. Just come, like I said, just being around it and growing up around it and always seeing that part. So, you know, it's kind of...
Yeah, and the side hustles as well, because she has multiple side hustles, which also inspired us because she just does them without second thought, and they actually work for her. Even though it built up like a couple of years, it still works for her, and she still has enough money to do what she wants to do with, and she's always learning new ways on how to expand.
So just like as I was saying, you just got to do it. You know? But
one thing we realized though, she works a lot of hours in order to accumulate the money to invest. So that's another learning curve. Okay, next question. How important it is to learn about finances?
So basically, that's just like how money works and how you get money and how you save money and, you know, all the stuff to deal with money. Like, you need to know these things. Like,
I think it's very important because if they had taught us this in school, a lot of people wouldn't like be in the debts that they're in. They wouldn't like be suffering in the conditions that they're suffering in, and they'd understand how to make their money work for them. And if they had taught them this in school as a lesson, trust me, it would have helped so many people. It'd be beneficial to a lot of people.
Like, if we didn't know this, like most of the stuff that we know about money now and how money works and how it's a tool and how you use it to make it work for you. If we know all of these things before, like, you know, it would have been a different game.
Yeah, exactly. Especially leaving college or leaving high school, you do. But then again, you kind of understand why they don't teach it, because nobody would really want to go and work for anybody for such long periods of time. The school system is devised to create employees, right? If you know about finances, you're not really got an employee mindset anymore, do you? So they don't have nobody for work for them.
So I think this is all just coming from us reading and understanding and knowing a bit about money, you know, and doing these little courses and these little things where we learn. But give us a better understanding of the financial IQ. You need, up your financial IQ. So.
I'll put a link to that book in the bottom, because Robert Kiyosaki has a really good book on has a very good book on financial IQ, and that's what we utilize a lot, and we try to apply it to our daily lives as much as possible.
So it's a case of just increasing your knowledge about money and how to use money. It really shows you your ways and broaden it and rising and like open up so much opportunity and how you can use it.
And how to use other people's money, because you realize the rich people and them don't really use their own. They don't
use their own money.
No, they don't use their own money. They always use other people's money, or talk about using other people's money to create their wealth. So, you know, if we understood finances, the essential parts of finances, trust me when I tell you that a lot of people would be smiling right now. So that's a tip for you guys. Understand money and make sure you educate yourself
about money and how it works,
and create that financial intelligence for yourself and pass it down to your children, because it's very hard if you don't know what you don't know. And obviously there are so many things to get you through life, and they're there for you already, but if you don't know them or you don't know about them, you cannot use them.
So you need to use the initiative as well to go out there and learn it yourself, because like we said, our parents never really taught us about money. You get me? They never really showed us how money works. Them themselves don't know how money works and
their parents didn't
how they
teach
can
them.
use it. You get me? So it's a case of like breaking that cycle and, you know, learning new stuff and implementing it in your life and going forward, and how you can do that to your kids.
Yeah, because remember I said they don't inherit money. Because when you inherit money, you learn how to use it because you've inherited it, so you don't squander it. But if you never inherit money, you have to learn how to make it, and the only way they know how to make it was working. And that's not how it works these days. So, yeah. The next question. What age should these lessons be taught? As early as primary school? Like, you know, like creating lemonade stands and stuff. For me, growing up, right? I used to see my friends and stuff, or, you know, other people that's in my class talking about getting pocket money. For me, coming from the Caribbean, that's a strange concept.
I never know what pocket money was.
My mom would never pay me for washing the dishes or hoovering the floor or folding the laundry, right? So then you don't really understand the value of your time. And time is money. We knew that time was money, but we never understood the value of time.
Yeah, we never got that incentive at home, like to wash up dishes and wash plates and then something like that. You know, get paid for them something like that. Then those things are like things that you must do. Yeah,
but I also understand that if children are paid for these things, they start to understand, okay, my actions have value, and they're not afraid to put value to their actions. Whereas now, as a grown-up, I find myself giving my friends discounts and stuff because it's just something that I just do regularly, and I don't feel I should monetize. When in fact, if I monetized on it, I would be a lot better off. So things that I learned how to do, or you know, of skills that I possess that somebody else doesn't possess, rather than doing them for free, you can monetize on it and create business. And as a Caribbean child, not having all my chores or stuff monetized, it didn't allow me to think like that. Whereas as you get older, if you had that, it allowed you to think like that, so you don't do nothing for free. You understand? So I think the earlier kids understand that concept is the better. Next question. Does not having money create a lack of financial knowledge?
So basically, so if you don't have no money, you don't know about money.
Pretty much, like if you never grew up around money, or, you know, have a lot of it, does it create the lack of, is that causing the lack of financial knowledge? I'm gonna say yes and no, because me never really grew up with much money, but my financial knowledge is a lot higher now. But
it's a case of like,
maybe, but it's the cause of me not knowing beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go out and yourself to learn it to acquire that knowledge for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so the way I might stand on this, right, is people that don't have money, right? They have people that don't have money, that don't come from money, and they've created a lot of business for themselves. For example, take Cardi B, right? She utilizes her talent to create money, and now she has a lot of financial knowledge. So her not having money didn't create the lack of financial knowledge. You understand? Her not having money only fueled her curiosity.
So here's an example. Say you've won £1 million on the lottery, right? And like the first thing I'm gonna do obviously is gonna buy a fast car, buy the house, you know what I mean, buy the things we want. But then say obviously statistics that like the first couple of millionaire when they win the lottery, most of them go broke in like what, a year or two.
Yeah.
Because they buy everything that they want, they buy the car, they buy the house, and then bam, 2 years later they broke, they're back where they was.
That makes sense.
And they say it's because of that financial knowledge, like they didn't know how to invest it, they didn't know how to save it, you know what I mean?
You get freed of the money.
So I think that's where the financial knowledge comes in that part, like if they knew how to handle the money, like if they knew how to
handle that big amount.
if they knew if they knew how to handle the money,
they would have been better off.
They would have been better off.
Yeah. But then on another side of it, another argument would be then, even though you don't have the money, it would create it wouldn't create a lack then of financial knowledge. It would create the curiosity about how people have so much money. So therefore you then go and seek the financial knowledge. So then again, that would be a no for that question as well as a yes. You understand? Because say you don't have that money and you need to go look for ways to create it, or you want to become like the people who do have this money, you start seeking that knowledge, and in you seeking that knowledge is not a lack of knowledge.
Well, drop in the comments, let me know what you think, guys, about that question there. And the other question that we dropped on there, give us your ideas and your opinions.
Yeah, on the questions that we've discussed on this topic. And if you like this video and you want us to do more Q&A videos like this, where it's like an in-depth discussion, like this video, comment below, share it, and see other people's inputs, and we will get back to you guys ASAP.
Thank you very much for watching, and if you don't know, now you know.